welcome in the head coach of the Canisius men's basketball program. So pleased to be joined by Reggie Witherspoon. Coach, I really appreciate you joining us here on a game day. How are you today?
I'm doing well, guys. How are you? How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. We're getting ready for some basketball inside the Dome tonight. We saw Syracuse play a regular season game a couple days back. This is your regular season opener. So with that, I guess let's start right there. I would imagine a lot of excitement for you and the players to tip things off tonight inside the Dome.
It certainly is. It's when it gets to be this time of year, it starts getting a little darker earlier, and the weather starts to change. It brings with it the excitement of college basketball.
And your squad's got some high expectations going into this year. Picked to finish third in the MAC conference and got a first-place vote in that preseason poll. What can you tell us about your team, and what are you most looking forward to out of your team this year?
Well, we have some guys that came back, and we're grateful for that. They enjoy playing with each other, and we finished the season pretty strong last year. So we're hoping to carry over from that. Now, there's only so much that you can. And anytime you have one new player, you have a new team. But the key for us is just doing everything together. And we're hoping to carry that into the game tonight.
And one of those returning players is Taj Staveski, was a preseason second-team All-Selection in the MAC Conference. What can you tell us about his game, coming off a fantastic freshman season?
Taj, as the game started to slow down for him last year, he really started to perform the way he's capable of. And he finished the year performing very well. He's a very unselfish young man on and off the court. He's a very dependable, responsible, and I have never coached anyone who works harder at the game than he does. So, we're looking forward to this being his second year. And his first year on campus, he had an injury that kept him out. He didn't have no practices and no games. So, he was behind. And we're looking forward to this year.
And another one of those starters that you got back from a year ago is Xavier Long. Now, from what I understand, he's injured, won't play tonight, but it sounds like he's going to be a key piece to your team this year. What does he bring to the table for you, and can you give us any sort of update on how long he's expected out for?
It's kind of, I would say, week to week with X. He is an extremely important part of our team because he does a little bit of everything. He handles the ball. He can guard guards, and he can guard bigs. He rebounds it, and he passes it well. And he brings some toughness and some vocal leadership to our team. So he's one of the more experienced guys we have, if not the most experienced guy we have. And so he is very important, and we're hoping to get him back soon.
Now, I'm sure you had a chance to watch that game on Monday night, start to finish. Syracuse taking on New Hampshire. Well, what stands out to you about this team? It's different, right? It's a new head coach for the first time in 48 years here. Some new pieces to the puzzle for the Orange. What stood out to you about Syracuse on Monday?
Yeah, I was remarking earlier that I remember Coach Boeheim's first year. So, yeah, obviously, it has been a while. I remember his first year with Jimmy the Bug Williams was the point guard here, and he's from Buffalo, and I see him from time to time. So this is obviously a different situation. Red, I know he'll do a great job. I saw the first game. He has a tremendous perspective in that he's been in other places, but he's also been here. He played here. There was much to do about the 2-3 zone versus the man, but I know he has his team ready to play both. And very athletic team, great size on the perimeter as well as around the basket, great length. He'll do a great job here, and he really will.
You had an exhibition game several weeks back. What did you learn about yourselves during that exhibition game, and was part of the reason that you played it, a few weeks back to give you some time to work on some things to get ready for the opener?
Yeah, that was enticing. The timing of it. It was also it kind of fit into our schedule. So we thought, well, we could do the exhibition game a little early. I think these exhibition games and close scrimmages is really a chance for players to get some of the anxiousness out. When you come to playing a game, it is totally different. Particularly if it's not, unless you play an exhibition game in front of a large crowd. The games are different, but at least you can get some of that out, some of the anxiousness and maybe lack of poise. You're hoping that if there's something there that you can drain some of it out in those two outside competitions, and hopefully we got some of it out.
And along those lines, Coach, I'm curious to get your thoughts on opening up with this kind of challenge, right? Right out of the gate, instead of playing, maybe at home and trying to, get that regular season opener and get those jitters out of the way. You chose to start, on the road in the Dome, against a Power 5 opponent. I guess speak to me about that, a challenge, that decision a little bit, and what you and your guys are hoping to get out of this game tonight.
Well, we would love to have started it, at home. Not only are we starting it on the road here, but then our next game on Saturday is at St. Bonaventure, and our next game after Saturday is at Cleveland State. So we have just a challenging non-conference schedule. But what we're hoping to get out of it, the schedule, starting with tonight, is just an opportunity to get better. You got to try to stack days on top, good days, and when you come into a situation like this, you're going to have really good competition. So sometimes if you play really well against someone and it's early, you're not sure if you play really well or if they're just not a high-quality opponent relative to your conference. In the case of tonight, we know that this is a tremendous, formidable opponent. And, we know that relative to anybody in our conference, this opponent is high quality. So we'll take that for what we can get from it and try to just get better literally every minute of the game.
And along those lines, Coach, last question for me is, you talk about that this opponent is high quality. Lay out the blueprint for me, tonight for you guys and how you go about making this a successful trip to Syracuse.
Well, you got to take care of the basketball when you come in here and play against a team that is as active as Syracuse is. It's got to be, something that you've been working on for a long period of time. You're not going to just all of a sudden, because you're playing Syracuse, be conscious of the need to take care of the basketball. Obviously, there's a size difference, and so rebounding goes into that as well, and then shooting goes into it. That's a big part of it, and those are things you have to get done to give yourself a chance.
All right, Coach. 7 o'clock tip tonight inside the Dome. Thanks so much for coming on a game day. We really do appreciate it. And best of luck tonight and throughout the season for your team.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
All right, you as well. Reggie Witherspoon, the head coach of Canisius men's basketball. And with that, we'll hit a timeout. We've got Dan from the Wildcat Sports Pub standing by. He will join us next on Wildcat Wednesday. Back after this on ESPN Radio.